Okay, Ruthless fans and also Oval fans as well. I just wanted to do a quick video in regards to the Ruthless series and how I feel that perhaps maybe in season 3, I guess. I'm really curious how Tyler Perry wrote the upcoming season of the show in regards to how it's going to handle certain things. For example, yes, we finally got Tally escaping from the Rakadusha compound. Or should I just say escaping? Because they actually did let her go. It's just the fact that now she's on the run so she doesn't get captured again. But basically, because the highest is literally like Pharaoh in the Bible. Like he says, "Oh, fine, I'll let the people go." But then he either wants them to come back or, you know, cleanse them from the earth. So, what I'm really curious about, because in a recent episode of The Oval, you had Sam telling Barry about the whole, yeah, there's nothing I can do to the FBI. The situation is deep. I can't do anything about it. Their man on the inside has to do certain things in order to secure enough evidence to not just arrest certain people, but bring down the compound from top to bottom. Your daughter, who is 8, should be safe because once they turn 10, well, that's when they aren't in a position to be fully protected anymore, because I guess at that point it's human trafficking, that kind of stuff. But regardless, Barry has had it. And I think it was over the weekend. I just took a moment, you know, when I wasn't doing videos, when I wasn't watching any of the shows, but I was just cleaning through my notebooks, throwing away stuff I didn't need anymore for video content. And I was like, you know what? Now that I think about it, and I'm not mad at Sam, but in terms of the writing, I feel like that was a flimsy way of just saying, hey, you know what? There's absolutely nothing we can do in the Oval that's going to be related to the Ruthless series in any meaningful way for the time being, because Ruthless is so far behind. We got to catch it up for the action to occur in the Oval. I mean, the only Rakadusha related thing this season was Ruth showing up to the hospital, telling Nancy and Richard not to come back to the compound / begging for help so she can get out. And then that new character, I forgot her name, Tara or whatever. She was the chick that she was a chick that Barry found online, and then they started banging. Turns out she was a cult member who was there to get the rest of Ruth's money that Barry hid away in the room, and then that was it. But I think for me, yeah, the whole Sam scene was just a way of saying, yeah, we won't mention Ruthless stuff for quite a while. There's nothing we could do in order for the Ruthless series to catch up. But in my opinion, yeah, Ruthless is so far behind. And I really love the analogy I said before, where if the Oval is the main video game, Ruthless is DLC content, which expands the story. You know, pretty much further explores little hints in the main story that weren't fully elaborated on. Oh, do you really want to know who Daikon is, who Barry met when he went to the parking lot and then got brought to the compound? Well, if you want to learn more about him, then watch Ruthless. And I feel like here's something that they could do in Ruthless to really make it better. Show us Barry at the compound, because in the Oval we just saw him being knocked out by Ruth, and then the next thing you know, he's laying up on the kitchen table at his parents' house. Let us know what he was doing. Like, how long was he knocked out? Which one of the compound members did you know, Barry encounter when he was, you know, knocked out, locked up? Like, who drugged him? Was it Daikon? Did the highest see him? Did any of the elders see him? Did Ruth come to check on him just to make sure he was still alive? That kind of stuff. I highly doubt he saw Callie for it. And I really don't think he saw Callie whatsoever. But I just really wish we got to see what Barry went through. And perhaps we'll see that in Ruthless when the story reaches that point. But I just hope we don't have to. Part of me feels like we will. We'll just have to go day by day from the time Tally escapes to when Barry actually gets brought to the compound, and it's going to be so far behind at that point. I feel like the Oval will be over before Ruthless is. Like, oh yeah, Sam says, you know what? Yeah, the compound fell. The Oval, season 5, episode 3. But then it will take Ruthless like 6 or 7 seasons to get to that point. It just doesn't work. I think when Tyler Perry writes these spin-off series, he needs to do it in a way where the series is either completely its own thing, so it isn't restricted by the timeline continuity of the original series it spun off from, so it can be its own thing. Kind of like bruh, I fully accepted at this point that it's his own thing. I would love for it to have more sister moments where either there are more cameos or even bruh characters showing up in sisters, but at this point I'm like, it just doesn't make sense, because in season 1 it's pretty clear that bruh season 1 takes place before the events of sister season 1. I've done a whole video talking about that. But when it comes to the Zatima series, for example, I think that show, it depends on how Tyler's going to write Zach and Fatima and sisters once they're gone, if you will. Because I feel like at this point, we know he's currently writing the Oval season 5. I feel like he has Sister season 5 in the works as well. I wonder if he's going to write Zatima where they're just around the corner. Like, they could pop into Sisters anytime they want it, but their show's going to focus on them. So, you know, we'll just have to wait and see. But regardless, yeah, I would love to see Ruthless in the upcoming season, or seasons, because who knows how far season 3 is going to go into in terms of time continuity. I hope they show us Barry at the compound. That's what I want to know, because not just Barry at the compound, but when online there's some traction because Barry posted the initial video about Ruth taking their daughter, and then that's the reason Daikon called Barry in the first place, leading to the you know, the parking lot encounter, then Barry being taken to the compound, and even the initial situation where Ruth figures out, okay, I got to get this money I had stashed away at Richard and Nancy's house to help the compound so the cartel doesn't kill us. So only time will tell. I do feel Ruthless could do a good job with this, but like I said, we'll have to find out in the future. So thanks so much for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up button to show you liked the video. Hit subscribe and hit the bell icon selecting all so you're up to date when I post content on the channel and you don't miss out. Some subscribers may need to unsubscribe from the channel and hit subscribe again. That way the notifications are up to date. Other YouTubers have been saying that's the way to go in order for the subscribers to know content has been posted. Follow me on social media, links are in the description, and if you would like to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App.